Welcome to my look at the X-Men film series. Let's get this started with my review of 2000's X-Men. After a prologue showing Eric Venger's Mutant Powers Awakening World Tour era Poland in 1944, we got a proper opening in the then not-too-distant future from when the movie was released. Rogue, played by Anna Paquin, is living in Meridian, Mississippi with her own powers awakened, sucking in life with her boyfriend. During a Senate hearing, Senator Robert Kelly, played by Bruce Davison, is spearheading the Mutant Administration Act, and looking back after all this time, really like these opening moments and how the set of the war they're trying to convey. Mr. Kelly's query about mutant who can walk through walls, asking what's stopping them walking in the White House. Hold that thought to the next movie. Eric, now an elder played by Ian McKellen, speaks with Charles Xavier, played by Patrick Stewart, and the two are different ideas how mutants can reside in the human world. The conflict is key not only in this film but the characters overall. We then rejoin Rogue in northern Alberta, Canada, and at the 10-minute mark, we're introduced to the Wolverine, played by Hugh Jackman, who is currently a cage fighter and drifter. While his cast initially raised eyebrows at the time to the point he was within the studio's first choice, Jackman went on to define the role of the course in the next 17 years. As a TV in a dive bar tells an upcoming UN summit at Ellis Island, Rogue befriends Wolverine, whose real name is Logan, after a scuffle with two of the barflies. She then hitches a ride in his camera, much to his reluctance. I must say, there's great chemistry to this cast even at this early stage. It's vitally important when you're dealing with genetic mutants in a world context. Even before the action really gets going, the way the kids play off each other is surprisingly natural. Their interaction also foreshadows what will happen later. Speaking of which, after Logan's truck gets into an accident, we get our first fight with Wolverine's adopted brother Sabretooth, played by Tyler Mane, as Rogue is narrowly saved an explosion by Storm, played by Halle Berry, and Cyclops, played by James Marsden. Sabretooth also rejoins Toad, played by Parker about a year to his Darth Maul, and Eric, better known by his alias Magneto, finds Wolverine dog tags on his person, their next move before the UN summon is at hand. Jean Grey, played by Famke Janssen, is tending to Logan as he wakes up in Xavier's Academy in Westchester, New York. There's also compliment the production design worked on by John Mayer in this movie. He's been active since the late 1980s and been nominated for multiple Academy Awards, even once for his work on Chicago Memoirs of a Geisha. Anyway, Logan takes the situation in stride, apparently the wheels quip was not on the script and impressed by Hugh Jackman. Also, Logan in the comic is much shorter than Jackman. Apparently, James Marsden had to stand and box out dwarf by him on the set. Xavier explains further about the purpose of the school and sees some characters are making cameo appearances, and those will reappear throughout the series as Bobby, Iceman, Drake, and his half brother Pyro. Meanwhile, Kelly's trapped herself by touch with Mystique by Vega Romaine. The whole scene which attacks the Senator, telling him people like you are afraid to go to school as a child still gives me chills. Michael Kamen's score in this movie is also very underrated. It's one of the last ones to compose music prior to his death in 2003. Jean further examines Logan, discovers the adamantium skeleton as well as expands Sarah Dunham. Elsewhere, Magneto has plans for Senator Kelly, using a machine of his own design to fuse some mutant DNA. It also turns out that Jean and Cyclops, whose real name is Scott, are engaged, and Logan is played by nightmares about his past. I have some choice words when the time comes, I promise you that. Rogue is also able to borrow Logan's healing factor as she spooks him, and this will be important later. Also, Kelly has been transformed into living liquid by the mutant DNA, resulting resurfacing on the beach as a brief cameo from Stan Lee. Looking back, it was like my generation's version of the Hitchcock cameo. Miss you, buddy. Rogue decides to leave, and Mystique is able to infiltrate the school while disguised as Drake. Xavier is also able to Reaper to help find Rogue's brainwave signature, which he does at the train station. Storm and Cyclops inside to find her, but before Logan takes the latter's bike for a spin. That's just the part where Magneto rips apart the train car. It turns out the surprise that Edge is totally real since he wasn't told exactly what happened. Mystique is also able to bug Cerebro, which poisons Charles, and Magneto ends up capturing Rogue since it's her final battle. Jean also tries and fails to help Kelly, who melts in a pile of goo, killing him. So, now the X-Men, joined by Logan, must stop Magneto's plans, heading off in the X-Jet to stop the attack on the UN summit at Ellis Island. I also like the in-joke about the yellow spandex, which started precedent about the more form-fitting black outfits in these movies. Nowadays, while more colorful and outlandish outfits may be more common, if they had been more practical on film. The some of the special effects may be starting to show their age. A lot of technical aspects hold up surprisingly well. It took 3 Eben headers to work in this movie, and the camera by Newton Thomas Seal is very well constructed. The CG for the time is pretty good, and the practical special effects are very good. The Fight Museum is a great example of that. Storm's quick when she electrocutes Toad. Knowing Kevin Feige started out working at Fox, it definitely wouldn't be the last time he combined dry wet and parables of real world issues in Marvel related movies. Now the time has come for a final battle on top of Statue of Liberty. A battle on multiple fronts. Wolverine is a Sabretooth, Magneto's battle with Rogue, and the other X-Men join the fray. Sabretooth knocked into a nearby ferry, now everyone must rescue Rogue and stop Magneto's plan. So Wolverine tries to free Rogue, her energy causes her hair to turn white, and Cyclops able to stop Magneto in the nick of time. As with earlier, Rogue is able to borrow Logan's healing factor so her wounds will be healed. That one, Logan's mutant powers the ability to heal within seconds of any injury. Some mutant registration acts was drawn thanks to Mystique posing as Kelly. Close and Logan going to find out about his past at Alkali Lake, Eric being imprisoned and selling the plastic. As for how much he and Charles aged since 1992, even by standard comic book time, this is pushing it. Along with the first Blade and the first Spider-Man, this movie definitely helped reignite superhero blockbuster at disappointing reception of the Schumacher Batman films. Though many of the precedents it set may now be commonplace, it's still a key film that helped kick off the industry obsession that's lasted 19 years. The result ended up being what we see by critics and audiences, but we hit upon release in summer 2000, $157 million domestically and $296 million worldwide on a $35 million budget. Though I've seen this movie many times since I was 8 years old, I am glad to have seen it again to share my thoughts with you all. My final rating is 3.5 out of 4. Next time I look at the series continues with the 2003 sequel, X2, X-Men United.